Yes, I know. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Where are we at?
Well, I don't know. Hang on a second.
You're supposed to hear some music. Hey, you've hit the wrong theme song.
Oh my goodness, I forgot.
Wait, you hit the wrong.
I
Wait,
forgot.
kill that theme song. That belongs to somebody.
There
There it is. There it
There
is.
we go.
There we go. You'll make somebody else. You might make them upset if you use a
That's
song.
true. We can't be
I
doing
mean,
that.
you can't be doing that.
Can't be doing
I
that.
mean, you can't be, doing the wrong thing. So, hello, everybody.
Well, good Sunday.
We're back again.
We're back here playing around, and
You can see both cameras on.
yeah, Tom did some nice work here today. Earlier, came in and worked with OBS and got the cameras going, and so it looks really nice. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know?
Just don't erase it.
Oh.
I got to flip the boxes around, so
No, I'm
I'm
not.
looking the right way, and you're looking the right way.
I'm not. We moved the cameras around. We
So,
did some work, and
It's as you said earlier, it's a work in progress. You know what I'm saying to you?
it is a work in progress.
That's all there is to it. And by the way, the I'm going to change your name
Oh yeah, what?
to Squeaky.
You know where this chair came from?
It's
don't
my
you?
chair.
It was
it's,
your
It's
chair.
what I brought over.
You brought over here, and I confiscated it.
Yeah, so
You can't have it back. It's comfy.
No,
But I
it's
do.
comfy.
I got some WD-40 I can put on it.
Yeah, you should. That's right. That's right. And we don't have the chair mic'd, even though it may sound like it. It's just that these mics are so good and so sensitive that you'll hear every little movement he makes.
Mm.
When you hear the chair squeak, you know Al's
Oh.
having not a movement, but he's moving.
That's right.
That's what he's doing.
That's
So-
right.
So we were supposed to have lunch at Red Robin's. Let's do some business out of the way. So we were supposed to have some lunch at Red Robin's because I found out the other day that Red Robin's now serves Donato's Pizza.
Well, what you said Donato's Pizza. I mean, what is a Donato pizza?
Well, Donato's Pizza was first came to being in 1963.
By who?
It's either 63 or 65 in Ohio. Excuse me.
Well,
That's where he started.
there was a restaurant chain that
Yes.
had Donato's Pizza.
Well, there was a mom and pop place,
Oh,
and basically they branched out as with every good restaurant,
right.
just like Chick-fil-A, Chewacathy,
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. And so basically they started in Ohio, then they came south, and there was a Donato's here back in the late 80s. It's like early 90s.
Well, I was here. Where was it at? I don't remember.
Well, there was one on Pleasant Hill Road, or excuse me, Indian Trail was the closest one. Right there at
Indian Trail's not that far, but I don't ever. Was it a standalone
yes,
restaurant?
yes, it was. It's now something else. That's I forget what it is now, but it's the building's still there. And there was one on Druid Hills, and it's now a Chipotle's. They built that. They transferred them.
You know, a friend of mine goes to Chipotle's. He really likes it. I've never been.
Oh, you
Is it
never been there? It's better than Moe's, I think. Now it's a little bit more pricier.
Yeah.
But you get a bigger burrito, and you don't get free chips. You got to pay extra for the chips. But anyway, real quick, across from the location on Druid Hills, there's a new Donato's freestanding right next to LA Fitness. It's just opened up. My son and I have eaten there already one time.
Well, he lives with that.
He lives
near there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he lives near.
Yeah.
He lives off Cheshire.
Well,
Bridge.
what's the difference?
Well,
in a regular pizza and a Donato's
Well,
pizza, what makes it so? It looked great because
Yeah.
you were there the other day
Yeah.
and sent me pictures
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
So what makes it so good, I think, is it's thin crust. If you don't like thin crust, then you won't like it.
Right.
But it's got sand on the bottom, as me and Hoogens used to call it, like Shakey's
Sand.
Pizza.
What do you mean?
Well,
by,
it's
what?
cornmeal.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he called it sand.
Right.
So that's on the bottom, and then it's edge to edge pepperoni. Edge to edge.
Oh.
There's so much pepperoni on it, you can't even see where they've sliced it. And they slice it in little squares about this big.
Right.
And so there's plenty of pie for everybody. And it's about, I think for a large pie, we paid $16 at Red Robin's. And like I said, we're going to Red Robin's.
Yeah, but for two people, that's pretty good.
No, for two people, it's $8. So, and it's not mellow mushroom. It's not,
Well,
everybody.
mellow mushroom's always been
It's
my
not
favorite.
New York style pizza.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of pizza. The sauce is very good, and it's just a good pizza. I wouldn't.
Well, Tom, you're the pizza guy.
Yeah.
You love pizza. You could eat it
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah, well, I could.
But there was a California pizza here for a while too.
True. I didn't care for their pizza
Right.
was okay, but what they had going for them was, which I think there's one still open here in Atlanta. They had what's called sausage penne pasta,
I like sausage
and
on
it
pizza.
was amazing.
Really?
And they stopped serving it. They redid their menu, and then they
Well,
stopped.
why did
serving
Red
it.
Robin start selling Donatos?
I don't know, and I need to ask them that because when we were going in, there was a big sign on the front door. Hey, we now serve Donato's pizza. I went, whoa, really?
But you went there not knowing they served
No.
the pizza.
No, I did not know. And they've been serving it at Red Robin since March.
Did you get bottomless fries with your pizza?
No, I could have, but I did not.
That's just way too much.
And their peach tea is not very good. But the best peach tea I've had in Atlanta, and I haven't had them all, is got to be Jim and Nick's barbecue. They put real little pieces of peach in the tea, and it goes down to the bottom. You have to stir it up, of course. And you know what? The peach tea at Zaxby's isn't bad, even though all it is flavoring. I've seen them do it. All it is flavoring.
Zaxby's has pizza?
Yeah, no, peach tea.
Oh, peach tea. I'm sorry.
Peach tea. So we're all over the place now. But that's just the way Atlanta is. Atlanta has so many restaurants that I haven't been to. My son took me to Marcel's the other.
That's a high-end fine restaurant.
It is.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of money, and the steak was.
Well, you told me it was like
it was very good.
$400.
No, it was more than that with tip. But it was a good steak. It was a high end steak. It was everything was a la carte, and you would like it, but you just would never.
I wouldn't like the
that.
price.
No, you wouldn't like that because I think the steak alone was like $95. So it wasn't.
What do you get with it? A baked potato?
No, it's a la carte. Yeah,
Oh.
you don't get nothing with. Well, let me back up. You get a piece of bread which looks like an Eggo,
Yeah.
but it's really really good. It's got a lot of garlic on it and everything, and it's really good.
Well, they say garlic is good for you.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm glad you had a
it's
good
good.
time.
Yeah, it's
It's your
good.
birthday, so you deserved it.
Yeah, it was my birthday, so why
Well, you
not?
didn't have to pay for it.
Well, no, I didn't.
But Chris is.
I didn't. But it was a good time. And as my son and his fiance, his girlfriend Blair, and it was very good. And I
Now, I've
really
known Tom.
appreciate it.
I've known Tom for so long. I remember when Christopher was just a little kid.
A little lad.
He used to come over here, a little kid.
Well, like it's on my website now.
He's almost 40 now.
Yeah.
Wow. I've
And,
known you a long time.
and having back issues and everything. So poor guy.
Well, he's tall.
He's tall. Yeah.
Tall people have bad.
Yeah.
I've got aches and pains.
Yeah, we all do. But we're supposed to be old and having those. Not.
That's true.
He's still
That's
in his
true.
late 30s.
Yeah.
Like he is now. But we anyway, we were supposed to circle back around to my original subject. We were supposed to go there.
We're supposed to go to
for
the
lunch.
But Sunday, where it's located on Highway 24.
Or 124.
124, excuse me. It's busy on the weekends.
Yeah.
I mean, and we had a good lunch. We went
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Agua Vera, Mexican
Agua Vera,
restaurant.
yeah. It's like I told you when we were there.
We will go to Red Robin's next time. I'll do
I
that.
just haven't gone to the. Was that me or you?
That was me.
Okay, I haven't gone to the right. I haven't gotten the right burrito. One time I went there, I got the right kind of burrito, and it tasted great. And I've yet to find out what burrito that was.
Well, you ate all of the burrito
Yeah,
today.
no, well, of course it did, but it wasn't that great.
I got a text from my friend Ryan DeHughes.
Ryan DeHughes. Oh,
He
Mr.
said,
Hayes.
I like to at least listen in for a while. I'm hauling heavy items for folks right now. Where is
No,
it?
wait a minute.
Don't see on Facebook.
Well, look under Al's. Look under his rewind page.
Okay.
And look under.
He's a member, and then your
I look under
Basil's,
Basil's nostalgic podcast.
That's right.
It's there. It's also under. I think I put it under one other site too, which I don't know if I'll allow it or not. But regardless of that fact,
I'll have to text you back.
we'll have to go to Donato's again some other time. But it's
I definitely wanna
actually
try
quite
it.
good. It's actually quite good, and you can get the bottomless fries. See, and you can be happy.
But I can't eat pizza and bottomless fries. I'm trying to lose weight.
Well, I mean, you got to splurge every once in a while. You know?
Oh,
Now our buddy Chance, his mom made some pot roast for Chance today. So I wonder how that turned out. He sent me some pictures, so that's great. So
well, he
so
can't
we-
send me pictures.
So
I have him blocked.
so why don't you put up the phone number, and so
I can do that.
Let's see if we can generate some phone traffic here, and see what everyone else likes for their Sunday lunch. And I didn't see the number go up, but you must not have hit. There it is.
It takes
Okay.
a few
Okay.
seconds.
Well, I'm looking at Restream. That's
This
why.
is the restore.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that's why.
It's
So
just
so
when
the
uh,
I
number is
punch it up.
678-615-7560.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
call now, and Al will give you a free set of glassware.
I do. I have some glassware.
That's right.
I need to, I'm trying to downsize. Speaking of all that stuff,
Yeah.
I've been selling stuff. I mean, it's just like, you're not getting any younger, and I need to get rid of. I got
Yeah.
too much stuff.
Yeah.
know,
One day we'll do
I'm a
it.
pack rat.
But never mind. But as you get older, you find that you've got a lot of stuff. No
That's
matter
true.
who you are, no matter how little it is or how great it is. Some people, you open up the garage door and it's like, whoa! It's like
But
it's like Fibber McGee's closet.
But that's why even people have a tendency to collect stuff.
Yeah, they do.
They just do.
I know.
You've got a ton of stuff.
No, I
you got
know.
more toys than
Now,
I.
now, to be fair though, I threw a ton of stuff away.
That's true. You did.
Okay, thanks to Susan, we threw a lot of stuff away,
Well,
and
see-
there's still a lot of stuff
But
left.
see, I need that help too because
Yeah.
I say, well, I can't get rid of that. Sure, you can. Throw it away.
That's,
You know.
and that's what she did. She said, look,
You
you're
don't
not
need
gonna,
this.
You're not going to use it. You haven't used it in how many years?
Mhm.
So get rid of it. And I did. And I got rid of a lot of stuff. I got rid of a lot of DVDs and CDs.
Why don't you just take those to
stuff.
Goodwill or something?
Because the time it would have taken me to box them all up and take them over there, it wasn't worth my time.
Oh.
When I had a dumpster.
Well, you could have
right
brought
there-
some over here.
Now-
It's like
now-
I don't need them though.
Now,
I got
supposedly,
enough.
what we were told by the trash people when we load up that dumpster is they got people that'll go through the dumpster
Oh yeah,
and
they
they'll
do.
pull out all the good stuff. And it's like I told the guy, I said, well, there's a ton of good stuff in here. At least according to me.
Well, at least
there's a ton
maybe
of good
somebody got it and will
Yeah.
reuse it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Waffle House near me. It closed, and they're remodeling the Waffle House.
Right.
And so they're throwing like the flat top, everything they threw away.
stuff. Wow.
So people could go through that and get stuff out.
No,
Chairs and all kinds
I'm
of stuff.
surprised they did away with the flat top because
Yeah, they threw the flat top out.
because the flat top's a flat top. I mean, you
Well,
know,
it's probably old. It's probably been there for a while. They got
Yeah.
new ones or something.
Yeah. yeah,
And then Wells Fargo Bank closed near me.
right.
Banks are closing like crazy. But anyway, it closed, and they threw a ton of stuff away in the dumpster.
Did they
Furniture
really?
and all kinds of stuff, yeah. My good friend Ron, he probably went through. He goes, checks those dumpsters,
Yeah.
and he gets
Well,
stuff and resells it.
when they redid Hobby Lobby out on 124, they threw away a lot of stuff in the dumpster.
Mhm.
And I even called you and said, you need to call Ron Pop because there's a lot of good stuff in this dumpster. I would pass that dumpster going up on 78 every day.
Yeah.
I would see the dumpster and go, wow, that dumpster's overflowing good stuff.
Yeah.
And whether he made it over there remains to be seen.
Well,
So-
the NCG Cinema in Stone Mountain.
Yeah.
When they upgraded to reclining seats,
Yeah.
they got rid of the traditional theater seats.
Right.
They were throwing them out. Ron Pop went over there, and my friend Ron, and got tons of them and resold them for like
did he
$20 a
really?
piece.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Good
I
for
mean,
him,
that's great.
Yeah.
That's good for him. So the number is 678-615-7560 if you want to call. And by the way, you since we had another big storm come through here. Did you lose power?
No.
Okay.
And I didn't have a limb fall on my roof this time either.
That's right.
That was yesterday. No, was it
Day before, I think.
Friday?
Yeah.
It was Friday.
Yes, Friday. So that's good. That's good.
No,
At least we're not incurring the.
But I didn't lose power. Now my friend Marty, who lives in Stone Mountain, he lost power about 6:30,
Yeah.
and he said he got it back at 3:30
Wow.
the next morning.
It was gone that.
Yeah.
Wow. Hope he kept his refrigerator closed.
Well, most people do, but I didn't lose power. It was bad, but
Wow.
I think we mentioned before this stuff got wet. and luckily it didn't damage it because I had it turned off.
You're talking about Chris
equi-
Escobar talking about they lost power over at the Terra
Yeah, the
Cinema.
Terra, yeah.
And the fact that somebody said to him, "Why don't you get a generator?" And you said,
Well, because Christopher says, well, we have 9 air conditioners
Yeah.
to keep the place cool.
Yeah.
We have 4 digital projectors with 6,000 watt bulbs, not to mention the power that runs the theater. It's a beautiful theater.
Yeah.
And so a generator would cost gazillions of
Yes, it
dollars.
would.
Yeah.
It would.
So-
They would have to have one about as big as we got at the Weather Channel, and they
So you guys have
oh
one?
yeah.
But
No,
it just keeps the equipment on, right?
No, it keeps the whole building going.
Like the air
yeah,
conditioning?
yeah, oh yeah, everything.
Oh, it's for the whole
It's for
building.
the whole building. Now.
Well, not only, but the Weather Channel has other people in that building, right?
not
Is
right
it the
now.
whole building you're? Oh,
No,
okay.
not right now.
Oh.
We have empty floors right now, but
Right.
there is I know there's 3 elevators,
Mhm.
and only one elevator works during the power generator. But other than that, you can't tell the dang on things are on, except they're very loud out in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they got mufflers and everything, you can still
Well,
hear
now,
it.
when I worked at, when Disney owned 106.7 and Kicks, the country station I worked at, and they had a generator for the whole building
Yeah.
on Interstate Parkway
Yeah,
near the Weather Channel.
right.
So they had one that ran the whole building.
Now they run the whole building, or run just that floor.
I don't know. It ran the whole radio station.
Yeah, it
Because
probably
I
just,
was up there a few times when the power went out.
probably just ran that floor.
Yeah.
It would not behoove them to run the whole building, but
Yeah, and it was loud.
yeah, I'm sure it was. Just like it's loud where we're at.
So,
I mean, it's hard to carry on a conversation
mhm.
out in the parking lot
Right.
if you're so inclined. But it's very loud. They're very loud generators, even though there's insulation and whatnot. Everything. So.
Well, I lose power so infrequently, it wouldn't be worth me to buy one.
No,
You
it
know.
would be. Now if you were one of the unlucky people that did lose it a lot, then
Yeah.
I could see it. Just like even if I had money to burn, I wouldn't buy a generator just because when I lose power, I only lose it for a little while.
A Turner friend, Bill Tullis, he had one at his house.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, then he must have lost. He lived in the North Druid Hills area.
Yeah. He and our friend Walt installed it for him.
Yeah.
So, but
That's good. That's good.
And they come in handy. They come
Yeah.
in handy, but I'm to the point now that I'm getting older. I may sell this house one day. You
never know.
And
You
move
never
back
know.
to the beach. You never know.
Now, speaking of music, which we were not doing.
Well, we got the pizza out of the way.
We get the pizza out of the way. So speaking of music, we talked about Ryan DeHughes and his new CD.
He's got a new album out, yes, and
yeah.
it's probably the best thing he's ever done.
Now is that available on CD or is it just
It's
digital?
It's
only?
digital on Spotify
Right.
and all the other music platforms.
Gotcha.
And so
Okay.
it's he sent me an advance copy, and it's
So
really good.
so there is a physical CD available if you so desire.
I guess you have to ask him. I'm not.
I
Really
mean,
too
did you-
sure.
did-
No. He
Oh,
sent
he
me
just sent you-
He sent me the whole music. He sent it
Gotcha.
to me.
Gotcha.
So,
He didn't send me one. He didn't send me
I
one.
can afford it. To
No,
ask
that's okay.
If he
That's
calls,
okay.
ask him.
That's okay.
He'll
That's all right.
send it to you.
I know who Ryan DeHughes is friends with.
But he recorded when he was in France.
Yes.
And it's got that.
Jerry Lewis feel about it.
No,
No,
not Jerry Lewis.
I'm
Feel
just
about it. No, it's
Buddy Love feel.
Nobody
Nobody love. Come on.
no, nobody love.
Everybody's wondering what's
It's
Buddy
really
Love.
good. He said he's going to call, but he's helping a friend move.
I don't envy him because
I don't either.
because the last time we helped a friend move, it killed us. It was Bill Tush.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Remember
And it was in the hot August,
Yeah,
I think, if I
remember that?
remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
It was.
It was not fun.
I was glad to help him, but that was a nightmare.
You, me, and what was the other?
Jesse,
Jesse.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse Hancock.
That was
good
not.
friend of mine.
That was not fun. That was probably the last time I helped someone move, and it was not fun.
I don't.
So there's our call. There's
Let's
a call.
I don't know
Let's
who
see who it
this
is.
Hello, who is this?
This is Brian D. Hughes. I just sat down a huge trunk that I'm carrying down the stairs. I keep hearing my name, so I thought I'd better call and tell you to cut it out. No.
Well, gosh, we're sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm being goofy. You're fine. It's so good to chat with you guys. It's been a minute.
It has. It has.
Yeah. Well, apparently you've sent out a link to your CD, and I have to pirate it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You can pirate it, or you can give the label in Belgium, over in Brussels, a couple bucks and make me look good stateside. We always appreciate that.
There you go. So you recorded it in France, huh?
Yes. It took several years, and of course we had that awful COVID craziness in the middle of it, so that put a damper on the release a year or two more. But yes, it was a wonderful experience spending a month at a time, a couple of trips over to France, working with Maxence and Elizabeth Joutel of Double Francoise, which is on Freaksville Records. They're on Freaksville Records out of Belgium and France, and it's a wonderful hipster label. So really excited to be on something like that. It's great to be a part of it this summer.
Now, are you still part of Pat Boone's label at all, or are you just kind of...
Well, sure, the back catalog... Yeah, the back catalog
okay.
will always be there. A couple of great albums with Mr. Boone's label. And in fact, sent him the new album, and he was so sweet. He sent a nice long letter saying how much he loved it and just loves bossa nova, too. The album is very influenced with bossa. A subtitle of the album is Bossa Vibes, Private Parlor Bossa Vibes. So while it's not ethnic pure, folk art of Brazil or anything, it definitely is influenced and has a vibe of that scene along with modern lounge and pop culture of the 60s. So I love when all that comes together. But, yeah, Mr. Boone loved it, so that was nice hearing from him.
Well, that's great. So is there any guest artist on there? Is it just you? Or
there is. There really is. It's quite a collaborative work. It's hard for me to recall a few of the names in Europe right at this moment. But we had a gentleman that works with the New York Voices, who's a cousin of Maxence, the producer in France, who on drums, Gabriel is his name. And then here stateside, we worked with a percussionist named Kevin Winard, my great producer friend out in Burbank, Dave Siebels, who works often with Mr. Boone in the past. That's how I met him. But also Hussein Jifri, a very talented bassist. He's a star in his home country of Sri Lanka. He lives in L.A., and he works currently with Herb Alpert, Sergio Mendez. So how great to have some folks like that being a part of this bossa-esque album.
No, did they just happen to be in France at the time, or they
no, we had recordings. So how it worked, Tom, is we also had some recording sessions in Burbank, California.
Okay. I got you.
And I remember we had some closer to Hollywood, I think, in Reseda as well.
Yeah.
And
it makes it so easy.
Together well.
It makes it so easy these days because, to the point to where it's just a file. And it's not like a piece of tape, audio tape, 2-inch audio tape that you're carrying around.
It's all digital.
It's all digital.
Yeah.
So it makes it so you can email it. You can.
It's a great way to share music.
Yeah, it is.
And,
Yes. And, of course, you can argue, depending on your production style, how much of that do you want to do, how much do you want it to be in person with people so it has more of a sense of maybe analog, like we all love vintage collaborative sounds that aren't overproduced. But with my more traditional pop and somewhat crooner voice, Sinatra-esque stuff, of course, we were just thinking in France, well, we've got the electronica down. We've got kind of the fun pop, good kitsch sound. But we just thought maybe with my vocals we could use a little more traditional, jazz, an element of that put in as well. And so that's why we did some sessions at Burbank. And, boy, I was able to give Maxence, our producer in France, after sessions with Dave Siebels, all of these options for him to choose from and play with like a DJ. And that was so exciting hearing it all come together.
So you did the final mix in France or Burbank? Or
yes,
both?
that was in France. Yes.
gotcha.
So it started in France, went
Right.
to Hollywood for a little while, and then it went back to France.
So how did you end up with
It's his best work, in my
yeah,
opinion.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So
Thank
how
you.
did you end up with this label? Or did they find you, or did you find them, or was it kind of a collaboration?
Well, a couple of years after I finished my second album with Pat Boone, I had a song on there called "The Face I Love," a wonderful song by Brazilian legend Marcos Valle. And I had heard a guy I idolize is Jack Jones. I love his
Oh,
vocals.
yeah.
I
He's got
think
a
he's one of the
great
top
voice.
five. I think he's one of the top five, if not top three, greatest traditional pop crooner
Is he
vocalists
still
of all
with us?
time.
Is he still with us, or?
Yes, he is.
He
Yes,
is,
he is.
yeah.
But anyway, I heard a version of Jack doing it. It was a little. He was hitting it a little harder, like Frank would, and it was this fun jazz waltz. So we stole some ideas from him, and then
No, you borrowed. Come on.
and so I got to put out a recording of that, and that led me to Maxence and Elizabeth Joutel over in France, who happened to record that song. And I was just on
okay.
YouTube one day looking for other artists that have maybe covered that, and that's
Wow.
how I found them, and I instantly fell in love with their music, and we just started collaborating, said, hey, what if we did a kind of Sinatra-esque bossa pop album, the way that Sinatra came together with Jobim,
Yeah.
but of course with some 21st century sensibilities, so we at least try not to just
Yeah.
carry the other man's bags.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, how many cuts are on the CD or the digital
It's
album?
more this one was we tried to make it a little more about quality over quantity.
Okay.
And technically it's 11 cuts, but one of those cuts is an intro outro to the album.
Okay.
So there's 7 originals and 3 standards or
Gotcha.
covers, you could say.
Oh.
One of the covers is the great Jobim's "How Insensitive," and we do it with a kind of fun,
You would
almost
love it.
acoustic-like club beat that drops under the
Yeah.
Latin feel. And then we also do Samba Sarava from the great Turner Classic Film. I'm sure that
Oh,
Al
yeah.
probably
yeah.
programmed at one point A Man and a Woman, that 1966 film Samba. Yeah, but then there's another
Oh,
tune
don't
from
hum it.
that.
The bots will get you.
Yeah, there's another tune from that film called Samba Sarava, and it's a
Right.
wonderful tune, and I got to sing that with a young lady who's originally from Germany, so she has a great European cafe voice, Manuela Dalke.
Wow.
And then the other cover, and he just passed away a couple of weeks after we lost Astra Gilberto, the Brazilian songstress that kicked off everything with The Girl from Ipanema,
Oh,
her
yeah,
iconic
yeah.
recording of that,
That's
the original.
right. Astrid,
Yeah.
So she passed away, and then a couple weeks after that, Joao Donato, who wrote Amazonas, which we happen to have on this album that I just released.
Wow.
Oh, it's so
Is on
good.
there.
I've listened to it many times. It's
So-
really
Well,
good.
it's fun. It's fun music for summer.
is.
It's fun when you're poolside. It's fun if you're having a cocktail. It's just right for that
Yeah.
vibe.
But it makes you want to have a cocktail. It makes you want to have a drink.
Makes you want to have some liquor, yeah. That's that's fantastic. Now, is there plans? I know it's still probably too early. Is there plans to do a follow-up album, depending on how this one does?
Some things that were left on the cutting room floor that I just didn't want to take the time to completely polish or get to. There's 3 or 4 tracks that I really like that I would like to maybe create an EP around
Gotcha.
within a year
Yeah,
to
that-
kind of follow
Play
this up.
4
Not-
songs.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do an EP
Right.
of a couple of originals and maybe a couple covers again. And the reason I like to always include a couple covers is the music industry has gone to a very strange place
Yes, it
with
has.
algorithms and streaming.
Yes, it has.
And for example, if I do a cover like I have of the Temptations, Get Ready, for example, from my second album, the algorithms don't really recognize, even though we know, okay, this is like if Sinatra tried to record that song with Basie or something. It has that kind of sound, but it doesn't quite. The algorithms don't quite get it because it's a little different than
Right.
its original source
Right.
material. So you end up being in a Motown playlist instead of with other crooners and stuff.
Gotcha,
so
gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
thinking it might I'm thinking of throwing in the towel and say, okay, well, if they want that Sinatra sound, we can give it to them. Let's do Ipanema, let's do Wave, and let's make it be like a recreation of those iconic recordings, just to be able to be placed alongside all of the gentlemen of song I've always admired so much.
It's kind of like Dolly Parton. Well, it's not kind of like it's like Dolly Parton being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, she hasn't done any rock songs, but now she felt she
but
needed
her
to do
music played on rock stations.
but now she
country
feels she
stations.
needed to do a song.
Yeah.
Now she's done some. So
Right.
anyway, I know it's kind of not the same, but it kind of is to some small degree. Well, that's now. Is there any plans to release it on vinyl? Is there a CD version, a physical CD copy of it at this time?
Right now, this summer, it's a digital release, like 99% of everything
Yes,
is.
that's true.
But I would very much like to explore, in the coming months, possibly pressing a few hundred copies of this on vinyl. That would be so much fun.
that would
I'm a
be.
vinyl enthusiast and a vinyl collector myself.
Yes, as
and
I
I
am.
think this album would sound really well on it.
Yes.
And especially the way Max Sense and even Dave Siebels, the way they recorded this stuff, it was very much analog, and I think it would transfer well instead of just taking a CD and burning it to and cutting it into vinyl.
True.
I think this would be a good candidate for having a great true vinyl sound.
Wow, that's fantastic. And that would be the label itself that has to do that, not necessarily Ryan.
I was actually already talking with someone about that, and they said, yeah, well, there's a check can take care of anything. Let's do it.
I read the other day that albums are outselling CDs.
Yes.
Sure.
I've read
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
They're outselling.
Yeah, I just insured my vinyl library. I have, again, quality over quantity. I have probably I haven't really counted, but maybe anywhere from 350 to 500 vinyl records.
Right.
Each one is a collector item, and I just insured it recently, the collection, for $25K.
Wow.
Well,
And because
And we said wow at the same time.
the stuff is getting so expensive, you have to.
Al and I find most of ours is a place called Fantasyland Records.
Fantasyland Records. I think when
Goodwill.
Ryan, we went to a record store when you were here. Was it Fantasyland?
Yeah, I think it was Fantasyland.
Yes, loved that. Loved my
Right.
time there.
Yeah, we
I
went
still
there.
have records on the shelf from there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Picked up a beautiful mint copy of Cannonball Adderley Sextet, his Bossa Nova album.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to. It's Cannonball Adderley, the Bossa. It's called the Bossa with the Bossa Jazz Sextet, and I believe that sextet is actually Sergio Mendes, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah.
I picked up quite a few EPs from there myself, and he had a secret box underneath the table. He pulled it. I says, "Go through these,"
Really?
and I did. I must have found 10 or 12 EPs. I had no idea who they were, but based on the cover and the album title, I bought them, and I love every single one of them. So it's
Right.
good. It's kind of a bad way to educate yourself, but it was so much
do you
lost
still
music.
have all your albums when
Yes.
you were younger?
No,
We bought.
no.
Like I still have all my Beatle albums I bought when they came out. I have a lot of records too, but not like Ryan.
No,
Ryan's
no.
really the official.
I probably got that many, but they're all mostly Goodwill, and so they're not of the quality that Ryan's describing.
Yeah.
And I've got a few in there that I bought from Fantasyland and whatnot. But I've used that word a lot today. Whatnot.
Well, if Al has some Beatle albums, we always got to make sure we got to get out a magnifying glass, make sure you don't have one of those crazy pressings. For some reason, it's worth $250,000.
I don't know,
and
but
then you can take us. Then you can move to the beach tomorrow.
That's right.
That's true.
That's
Well, I have every one that I bought. Going back to Meet the Beatles, I have them all.
But you don't have the butcher
Wow.
cover.
No, that was
Yesterday,
I don't
Beatles.
have that
Yesterday,
one.
did
I've
that.
got that one without the
Well,
butcher stuff on
underneath it, because what they did was they Capitol re-released
Yeah.
that record, and they put Yesterday Today's cover over the top.
Even those,
Yeah.
even those are very desirable. Even the ones that are covered up, everybody wants one in their collection.
So we need to go down to the
Well,
store.
maybe
your
mine's
album
covered
cover.
up. I don't know.
We need to go downstairs.
I can go look. It's in the basement.
I'm not a Beatles vinyl expert, but I do know that the first English pressings, usually bring the biggest amount.
Yeah, I think there's a mono
40
too. I think there's a mono.
Yes, yes, and there was a 45 press. This is true. So I'm born and raised outside of a city in mid-Michigan
Right.
called Owasso, Michigan, Central Michigan.
Right.
It's in central area of the state, and it's it's known for a few things. The great artist James Oliver Curwood lived there. The impressionistic painter Frederick Frieseke, and then Dewey, who ran for president and lost by like 2 votes to Truman.
That's right.
This is his hometown. Well, anyway, they had a vinyl pressing plant here for Motown and like Buddha Records that would press all the 45s. And my mom's aunt, her mother's sister, worked there. And they pressed a Beatles 45 that was spelled wrong with 2 T's. And that's one of the most expensive 45s of the Beatles. And it's the first one that was ever pressed, I believe, in the States.
No kidding.
Of a Beatle 45 record.
Wow.
And it came right out of here, out of this city.
Wow. That's
a city of 10,000 people.
That's amazing right there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right there. That's amazing.
But anyway, gentlemen, enough about me taking up all of your time on
Okay,
the airwaves today.
Well, listen, it's great hearing from you as always.
Well, I want to
my
ask you
gosh.
something else about music.
Yeah.
Did you know that Jane Birkin passed away?
Yes, and
I loved her music. Was Sergio? What was his name?
Sergio Mendes?
No. Yes.
Was she
Serge Gainsbourg.
Serge excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, she was British, but she was really popular in France. You know.
Yes.
And
she was the poster child and the female vocals that were used on the Melody Nelson album for Serge Gainsbourg.
And she had a big hit with a song called Chatham, I think is the name of it. Yes.
And Elizabeth, who I collaborated with on the album, who is a daughter of France, lives over there in the village of Moilion with Maxence. They adore her. They worship her.
Wow.
I have that 45. It was a top 40 hit back in the 70s. Yeah.
So speaking,
She's very iconic.
She is.
So speaking, you said the French really love her. Have you thought about doing a Buddy Love tribute album?
Okay, who's Buddy
Oh,
Love?
come on! I knew he was going to say that. All right, Jerry
I know a lot of stuff. But, I was born in '83, but who is Buddy Love?
Wait! You've seen The Nutty Professor with Jerry Lewis, right?
Yes,
Well,
I have.
Well, his character, his alter ego, when he turns into this character,
crooner. He's a
crooner.
singer.
It's crooner. He's Buddy Love.
He's Buddy Love.
Oh,
Yeah, that's his name, Buddy Love.
oh, and I do sing one of those. There's a marvelous song from that.
There you go.
That is up at dawn and sleepy.
That's
and
it.
yawning
That's
till the
it.
taste
That's
of
what
wine.
Gilbert Gottfried would always
But I
do.
remember you're mine, and I've got a world that's fine.
That's
I
it.
love that song.
Wait! Don't sing too much of it because we'll get
won't.
hit.
It's like-
That's funny. That's funny. See, you know the song, but you didn't know who the artist was. Well, you knew it was Jerry Lewis, but
Yeah.
that's funny because Gilbert Gottfried always used to do that song. It's funny. He knew all
I
the
missed
words
his
to it.
podcast.
Yeah, he was a
pretty
good
funny.
podcaster. If you get beyond the cursing and the language and,
Yeah, that's true.
innuendo. But anyway,
So that's Buddy Love.
that's-
I've been singing that opening. I've been opening shows with that in clubs, and I had no idea.
right,
that was
right,
Buddy Love.
and you gotta have a cigarette in your hand, you know, whether you smoke it or not, you know. Well, you're French. Now, did the French still smoke like crazy over there, or do they, or did you not notice one way or the other?
Probably a little more, but I think it's leveling
Yeah.
out the same here. Everybody knows it's not good for you, and
Yeah,
it just not seeing it as much. For all the time I spent over there, for every 30 days, I maybe saw my friend have a cigarette one time.
So how much French do you actually know? I mean, the
Je ne
language.
parle pas français, je parle anglais, mais je dois apprendre un petit peu.
Bonjour tout
Je
le
viens
monde.
des
Yeah.
États-Unis. Devenez-vous?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oui,
oui.
oui.
That's more than I
voilà.
know.
Yeah,
Well, see-
that's about it. But I can sing some. But
Well, that's good. So did Bing Crosby, and Bing Crosby sang there was a lot of I got a lot of French EPs that he sang in French, and he learned them phonetically as you know.
Well, you know, the
to get through.
Beatles recorded some songs in German.
Yes, they did.
You know?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
certainly did.
German versions of
Yeah,
their
they
songs.
did. So
I've
pay,
listened to them with my German friend. They're funny only because you're so used to hearing them in English.
Yes,
That's true.
correct. Now, do you do any songs on your album in French? I mean, you may have said it. I may have missed it. Are any of them in French?
I did a line or two of Portuguese on the record, but
Okay.
but there is some French sung by Elizabeth
Right,
on the
okay.
album.
Okay.
But you know, I always believe do what you know. Let the young lady that actually is French sing her native tongue, and I don't have to.
Now, where can people pick up this digital CD? This wonderful music.
Oh, it's
well,
great.
it's available everywhere. It's honestly whatever platform you like: Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, Bandcamp.
Right.
Yeah, just I think that's the main stuff. YouTube Music.
Right.
It's on all of them. It's everywhere.
Spotify is huge.
Does Amazon Music have it as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And of course, when it's
Fantastic.
Amazon and Bandcamp, of course, when you go to those places, you can
Yeah.
download the album, and always appreciate that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, now you haven't heard your voice in moving today, have you?
Well, what's that, Tom?
You haven't hurt your voice or strained your vocal cords and helping this person move, have you?
No, not at all. It actually wasn't a person. It was just my parents.
Oh, well, excuse me.
I thought you were helping a friend move.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I thought you were too.
No.
Okay.
Just moving some heavy items to a different location.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, good. Well, you're a good son for helping them do so. That's good. That's good. It's been fantastic talking to you.
We got to get
as I said
we
earlier.
got to get Ryan to come back and visit.
So when you
I know
when you
we've
coming
only
back
been talking about it for many years
for
now. It's
several
about time.
years? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I need to come up there then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a call. Yeah, we'll work it out.
Road trip. So, is there any plans to expand your music repertoire to TikTok?
I told him about TikTok.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked.
I'm gonna let out a horrible secret. I just turned 40 this June, and TikTok kind of frightens me.
Oh,
I feel like I just now understand. I just now understand Twitter. X, Spotify,
Yeah, whatever it's called.
and of course Instagram. I thought I would never have an Instagram account. Well, I figured that out within about 74 hours. And it just seemed, and of course Facebook and Messenger, and it just seems overwhelming that I have to add one more
But
into my life.
TikTok has 500 million users. Now, I used to not. I used to think TikTok, well, it's bad. I better not mess with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom's been on TikTok for a long time, and so I decided to download the app and get on TikTok. And I'm telling you, Ryan,
It's habit forming.
It's habit forming, but it's not. It's no worse than any other platform. You know, the servers for TikTok are in California. I mean, yeah, the Chinese started it, but we get everything from China anyway. There's nothing on my phone that I care that they know about.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, you're tracked everywhere you go anyway with cameras and everything else. So TikTok is really, people need to just lighten up about TikTok. There's really nothing wrong with it. There really isn't. I love it. You can find anything you want on TikTok, and like, you know, my friend Marty's a big Elvis fan, so there's all kinds of Elvis clips and Elvis movies and songs and stuff. And so I sent him and he loves it. You know, he's not on TikTok, but he likes watching it.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. See, TikTok seems to be very much a place of random clickbait. You
It
know,
is.
oh, look
No,
at this
no,
funny
no,
thing
you're-
here. Look
you're
at this
right.
beautiful person there. And it just grabbing your eyes. I don't
You're
know
right.
if anybody really cares about a deeper art or substance so much in clips on there.
Well, there are some creators on TikTok.
there are.
There's at least
Okay.
there's at least two that I follow. One's a Sinatra crooner type person, and the other one sounds exactly like Sammy. I mean, excuse me, Nat King Cole.
I found this guy on TikTok. He's a young guy, and he sings. He's got a great voice, and he sings Elvis songs. But he's always when he's doing his laundry. It's always when he's doing his laundry. He's singing Elvis songs, and he's really very good.
I just feel like I'm too traditional, too old school for that. I mean, doing my laundry. I go out on stage, get the shark skin, and.
But it's funny. It's just funny. But there's serious stuff on there too.
Well, one day.
And I have a friend of mine. He's very popular reviewing movies. His name is Robert Bellissimo. He doesn't mind me talking about it. He's a great friend of mine, and he lives in Canada. And so he got on TikTok, and he's doing many reviews on TikTok, and his popularity has exploded.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'll tell you what, Al. You can help me. You can come up to
There you
Michigan, and you can help me set up a studio, and then I can do my daily sit. Because I feel like that's what they want. They don't want to see you on some beautiful stage, even with great footage cut up. They just want to see you sitting in your, entertainment room,
Right.
looking in the camera live in the moment.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that on Facebook if you wanted to set up a studio and, do your things on your Facebook or YouTube, if you wanted to do that. But, I'm not on TikTok every day, but, I find myself enjoying it when I'm on there.
Yeah.
So
Right. Well,
There you
maybe you'll get me yet. We'll talk about it more. But
Yeah.
All right.
we'll figure it out.
So what else is going on with you, Ryan?
Well, I think I'm going to enjoy some of this sun later today. That's about.
Tom and I were talking about this today. Summertime is my favorite time of year. I love the summer, but it's been awfully hot lately.
It's been hot. It's
It's
been raining.
rained every day, and storms. I don't recall.
Yeah.
I've always been a skeptic of climate change, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
Or maybe you're just noticing it more.
Maybe as I got older, I just noticed it more.
That's it.
Maybe that's what
I
it is.
think it's probably what it is.
No. So.
But in all seriousness, though, I've got a couple of gigs coming up. Looking forward to a performance here in Michigan in Grand Rapids, the beautiful city of Grand Rapids,
Right.
at the Sheraton out there. The Sheraton Hotel. They have a nice lounge there. I'm excited about that. And then a little later from now, a beautiful Italian restaurant and showroom venue
wow, that's great.
in Brighton, Michigan, the Metro Detroit area in Brighton, called Ciao Amici's. And
Okay.
it's going to have a full-blown jazz
I love
quartet
that name.
there. And I'm looking forward to that coming up
Wow.
this year, too.
Well, maybe at some point you can hook up a city winery too, because they got a bunch of restaurants in and around the country.
Yeah.
I would love to do a gig down in Atlanta.
I would
it's
too.
just always a matter of not knowing any musicians there at all,
True.
and there being a budget that can bring in all of this live music.
Well, yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Well, Herb Apple was just here again. He's been here several times. Yeah.
Right, but I'm not Herb Alpert. I'm Ryan D. Who. So
Right.
No, he was at the winery, I believe, is where he was at. Yeah. So,
yep, and I've played his club a couple of times in Beverly Hills.
Now that's
Herb Alpert's club, Vibrato. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's
fantastic.
great. I mean, that's where everybody goes. I
So
assume.
so any music videos stemming from the album as well?
Yeah, there's one out
asking
right
that
now,
early.
and I'd like to film a second one with the young lady I sang Samba Sarava with from the film A Man and a Woman.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'd like to we're talking with a videographer and maybe going to get that going
That's
before
great.
the year's out.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
But there is
fantastic.
one right now for the original song called The Actress.
Okay.
And with The Actress, which was a single on the album, I'm very excited to see that on Spotify. Warner Music Group is the owner of Topsify. It's Spotify backwards, I believe.
Yeah.
They own Topsify, and somebody at Warner France took my track, The Actress, and put it on their Jazz Lounge and Chill
wow.
mix. And that thing is getting 1,000 streams every week or two.
That's fantastic.
And so, we just released it in late June, and that Actress single, it's hard to get streams on Spotify
Yeah, it
because
is.
it's the way it's not like I'm sitting there clicking it again and again, and it's pushing over 10,000 streams since it's released on there. So
Oh, that's
nice.
fantastic. That's fantastic. That's
Yeah,
great.
people seem to like that one.
Do you have Spotify on your phone?
I don't have. I do not.
There's a
have
freebie
Spotify.
version. I mean, you don't have to pay. You can get his music without having to pay.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, don't tell him that. He'll
Well, no. I'm
block
saying
me.
it's like no. I like Spotify. I listen to it a lot.
Now, one personal question: are you going to grow the beard back?
Yeah, the beard is something I like to have come about at the earliest, bottom half of October, and it's gone by the first hot day in April.
Gotcha.
So I like
That
to
makes
have it in the
sense.
fall and winter.
That makes sense. Now when it
But
goes,
you look good either way.
yes, you do. And
Well,
when
thank
it,
you.
and when it
I
goes,
never knew you cared.
there you go.
Of course I care.
But he would like you. He'd like you better if you started doing your music more like Buddy Love. Not just kidding. So
Buddy Love, Richard Cheese,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
really my biggest idols.
So when it goes salt and pepper, are you going to continue to grow the beard? When it goes salt and pepper?
It went salt and pepper probably 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
But I took care of that. I've got
Okay.
a great product.
Wait, don't give away your
Yeah.
secrets. Don't give away your
the
secrets.
The first time I used it, the beard was a little too short. I about burned my face off.
Oh,
We had to take some antihistamine
Oh, my
and miss a day in the office. But
oh my gosh!
I
Oh,
started
Other than
getting
that-
gray hair when I was 37, and it's all
Really?
yeah, 37.
Yeah. I
yeah,
used-
my chin decided to go white. It just had an idea of its own, a mind of its own.
At least you don't have that white streak going through your hair like some people do. Like, makes them look like a skunk or whatever.
Yeah,
Or mobster.
either that, or I'll look like either that or an X-Men with an
Yes.
X-Man with
That's
that.
right.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Real quick, what's your favorite summer movie been so far?
My favorite summer movie so far.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I'm a vintage guy. I can't answer that because I haven't been to anything yet. I do
well,
need
there
to
you
go
go.
see Oppenheimer out of respect for somebody making apparently a serious film again. So
Right.
Christopher Nolan.
I need to see that. But
Yeah.
my last experience in a movie theater, I'll tell you this instead really quick. Again, in the city of Owasso, where I was raised, born in, that is,
Ooh, how about some- ooh, how about some-
they had a viewing, once again on the screens, digitally restored, of one of the big ones, Halloween, Michael Myers, 1978.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not a fan of slasher films, but there's such
Well,
a
that was the
beauty and
best
a
one.
style.
Yeah.
There's such a beauty and style to that, and they don't go overboard with everything. Gross isn't scary; it's just gross.
Yeah.
But I love the nostalgic feeling of Halloween in that movie. It just looks like Halloween as you remember as a kid.
Yeah.
And my friend and I went to it, and we were alone in the theater. And that's the last time I've been in a theater. So that was a great experience. But there just hasn't been anything to really grab me or pull me out. I mean, I've got the Criterion collection hanging on the wall. How am I going to care about the Barbie film?
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Well,
when I can watch Fellini or Ingmar Bergman, all these great directors.
Now, see, Ryan likes the same kind of movies I do. I just like really, foreign films and art house product. I did watch Asteroid City because it's streaming free on Peacock, and I like Wes Anderson movies quite a bit, but this movie just did not do it for me. Asteroid City, it was just.
But the art direction was fabulous.
Oh, it looked fine. I love the pastel colors he used and everything, but it had tons of people in it. But it was my least favorite Wes Anderson movie.
There are many Wes Anderson films that I love, but I think
this one is totally bizarre.
So before I mention this current one, there was one a couple years ago before this most recent, where it was about a small newspaper in France, something like that. Where they were writing a small magazine.
French Dispatch.
Yes, thank you.
I have the Blu-ray.
And I'm kind of a inside my own head and like dialogue but I watched it with friends and we all fell asleep. We all fell asleep. That thing. It just didn't really connect. It seemed very indulgent. And too quirky.
But Wes Anderson makes quirky movies,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too much, but it's hard to imagine. But
I remember
with him, but
I remember back when Huygens was alive, we'd all sit back in his bedroom, which is about as big as your studio space, and there was about 2, 4, 6, 8, there's probably about 10 of us, and he had the old Bell and Howell projector like you
Right.
got running, and we were watching Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean.
That's a great movie.
And everyone in that room was asleep before the first reel was over.
Well, you probably
Because the
started
projector-
watching it at 11 o'clock at night.
The projector was putting out heat. You got to remember, it was a small room, so it got kind of hot in there too. And everybody,
was
that
fun.
reminded me of it. I don't know. That reminded
everybody
me.
falls asleep,
Well,
starts
yeah.
having fever dreams and
My-
nightmares.
My favorite Wes Anderson movie is Isle of Dogs. That's a great movie. It's animated, but it is so good. You should
Yeah,
watch that.
it is.
Isle of
It
Dogs.
is.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask, the latest Wes Anderson film, the title again is
Asteroid City.
Asteroid City. Yes, it looks beautiful. The shots of
Yeah,
it.
it is.
I mean,
It is.
I haven't seen it yet, but it looks beautiful to look at, just like you were saying, Al. And a young lady that I collaborate with, Marla Moore, out of Ann Arbor, we perform together, sing together. She was actually invited to the premiere event for it in Detroit.
Oh.
And I saw that she was at that. They had one of the cars from the film out front you could sit in, and like right in front of the red carpet there. But yeah, I was a little jealous because I wanted to see that film. But I heard, I read your little review of it, Al, and it sounds like it kind of was great to look at, but nothing really there.
It has great style. It looks great, but it has no substance. It goes from one little conversation to the next. There's no plot. It just goes from one thing to another. And basically, the best part of the movie is when they're visited by a spaceship and this alien creature comes down. And there's only 87 people that live in Asteroid City.
Yeah, but don't tell everybody that.
Well, there's 87 people live in Asteroid City, and they're getting ready for this spaceship, and it comes down, and they're in an area where the whole city is just sitting there, and the spaceship comes down, and the little space guy comes down, and he's really kind of neat looking. That's the best part of the movie.
I've seen this before. This is in 1993's Waiting for Guffman by Christopher Guest.
That's right. Well, this movie takes place in 1955, and it's got all the old cars. And anyway, all the people have their cameras, and they're taking pictures of the little alien, right? And the alien pulls out a little camera, and he's taking pictures of them. I mean, to me, that's the best part of the movie. But it's really bizarre.
He's Wes Anderson. I'm not, never will be. So who am I to say anything about him? But I do love his work, and I think he's really got a unique.
Do you have Peacock TV? Or streaming service?
I don't, but I'm well aware of it.
Well, they're streaming it on Peacock, and it's commercial free. What they do, they run about 4 messages before the movie, and then they run the whole movie, and then with no commercials. Right. So that's where I saw it.
Okay.
So, and go see Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's terrific. Now, I'll tell you a story about Oppenheimer.
Here it comes.
Our little buddy Tom here.
That's me.
He goes to see Oppenheimer at the theater.
Right.
Probably pays $14 to get in, right? Something like that. Anyway, he left halfway through it.
No, there's 45 minutes left in it. 45 minutes left in it.
But it's history. It's such a great movie, and everybody's so good in it.
It was just a talking heads.
No, it's not. It's history. It's about
but it was
the father of the atomic bomb. Yes.
But it was just talking heads back and forth. And I got bored with it. So, whatever.
Robert Downey Jr. plays in it, and he's great.
Yeah, he
he's
is.
great. He's really, you don't even hardly recognize him.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's
I think a lot of people didn't recognize him until it got farther into it.
Then they realized it was him. And Cillian Murphy is one of my favorites. He's really good.
Especially that one guy standing in the theater yelling out, "Hey, it's Iron Man!"
That's right. He's not doing any more Iron Man movies. He's what he said.
Well, until he needs the money.
Well, it's true. You know, if they put enough money in
That's
it,
right.
He needs a house payment, he'll do it.
That's right.
Yeah. So, well, Ryan, it's been good to talk to you, buddy.
It's been great talking with you guys and catching up. Hope I haven't taken up too much of your time.
No,
but
we
you
didn't
guys have a great.
No, it was great because we didn't have anything
Sunday.
in particular to talk about anyway.
We didn't have an agenda today.
We didn't have an agenda. You're the agenda today.
You're the agenda.
So,
Well, this wasn't planned for me either. It was kind of spontaneous, which it was spontaneous, which makes it fun. So.
well, I'm sorry I couldn't talk yesterday when you called. We had a bad storm come through, and it was just terrible. You know,
Right.
That's why I'm
right.
ready for fall. I'm ready for cooler weather.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's
All
getting
right.
cloudy outside now.
I
Probably
know,
going to rain
I
again.
know.
Yeah,
Well, Ryan, we will close out with some of your music, but we don't want the bots to get us.
yeah.
But I look forward to listening to your CD all the way through. I keep calling it CD, but you know what I mean. Your digital
Well, thanks.
music.
It's just
Well,
album.
thanks so much. And so the bots will even come after
Yes.
Yes.
music
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
uploaded to things for
Yes.
free in other areas that still comes after
It's
you on your
because these
area.
platforms don't pay music rights. Yeah, you know.
Oh,
so-
okay.
So, that's why.
I see. I see.
You know,
Okay.
The Spotify and all those platforms, of course, do, but like Facebook and YouTube, you know, they just don't pay music rights.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
They're
I guess.
cheap.
they're cheap,
They're cheap.
kind of like me.
Oh.
Oh, no.
All right, brother. Will you have fun continuing to? Have you finished moving, by the way? Have you finished moving all the heavy boxes for today? Or you still got some to go?
I've got some work to do. That's for sure.
I'm sorry. well, we're sorry to have kept you from your duty to your parents. So
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, what else are we going to do on a Sunday?
That is true.
That's true.
All right, Ryan, keep in touch, and we'll be.
Well,
you know,
we could go to church like the old movie theaters used to tell you on Saturday night at the drive-in.
That's
Go
true.
to church on Sunday.
That's true.
you know, a lot of drive-ins used to have
Church.
Sunday morning worship services.
Yes, they
you
did.
know,
Yes, they did. Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
people went in and got their quick religion.
Yep,
at
I
a
did
drive-in.
3 services this morning already. So
Yeah.
Boy, you're paid
All
to do
right.
that. That's why you go to church. He's paid. If he wasn't paid, he wouldn't go.
So anyway, Ryan, it's been great. It's been fantastic as always, sir.
All right. Well, you guys take care. Great chatting with you.
All
Bye.
right, keep in touch, bud. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. He's a great guy, you know.
Yeah, it's Ryan DeHughes,
Yeah.
everybody. So look for his.
Really, I mean, you need
CD.
to listen to. Just go to Spotify and type in. His music is really,
yeah,
really good.
yeah, yeah.
This is best work. I've got all his other CDs, but this
I do
is
too.
his best work.
I do
you
too.
know.
I do too.
He's really good.
I do too. And he's a fantastic character. Well, we've been going for quite a while, so
How long have we been going?
over an hour.
Oh,
So yeah, and this chair's about to kill me.
I gave you a pillar to sit on.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's killing me.
Well, I have another chair you can use.
Yeah. Plus I had Mexican for lunch and.
You
Anyway,
can go home and do that. You're not going to stink up my room, are you?
Anyway,
No, it was always good to come in here and chat and hang out.
yeah, it's
Even
always,
though we didn't have an agenda, we just
Yeah,
wanted to come in
yeah.
here and,
yeah, that's all we want to
I don't
do.
know, come in here and talk.
Yeah, that's all we want to do.
So,
So until next time, hey, buddy.
no, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. You could accidentally hit that song again, and we'd be screwed.
All right.
Toodles till next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.